strike in there. 1-2 the count. Nobody out here as Hale's leadoff batter in this third inning. Swung and missed, but the ball bounced, and Hale's going to be safe at first. That's going to be a strikeout swinging and an error, I believe is how that is scored. If I'm thinking correctly, which I may not be. We're back to the top of the lineup with Lana Montgomery. Playing shortstop for the Zizzers today. First pitch in there for a strike. Cook's shaking off some signals. Now he's ready to go, but he is going to throw over to keep Hale honest. And Hale almost went. Got back in time. That was a close one. Ready to throw again. He delivers. It's going to be outside, so 1-1 the count on Landon Montgomery, who grounded out to the pitcher to begin the game. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count, with nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Cook delivers. Bounced to the catcher. It's going to be 2-2 on Landon Montgomery. Hale over at first. Cook hasn't checked him in a bit. Full count. That must have been inside. So 3-2 the count on Landon Montgomery, who fought back from being down 0-2. Dominic Hale, the runner at first base, with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. Montgomery swings, grounds it to the third baseman, who throws over to second. That's all they're going to get. So that'll be a fielder's choice. Ground out to the third baseman. Hensley over at third base, got it over to his buddy Banner for the out at second. Number 6, and I'm sorry, I still don't have his name, for the Zizzers. I missed it because I was just talking there. He is up to bat. I believe he's a DH today. He fouls off the first pitch behind us. He must be DHing and batting for Jones, who's the third baseman for the Zizzers. I've not seen him bat today, and we're already around again. Landon Montgomery's the shortstop, and he's over at first base after a fielder's choice. Cook delivers. Swing and a miss by number 6. And yet apologizing, I don't have his name, haven't caught it yet. Oh, 2 is the count, with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. It's going to be high, ball 1. Don't have a pitch count. I'd assume Cook's somewhere near the 30-40 range. I'm not quite sure of the rules back in high school. Going to sound like an old-timer, but back in my day, I believe it was 85 for a couple days. That could be wrong, though. Cook delivers. Outside. Evens up the count at 2-2. 1 out. Scoreless here in the bottom of the third. Cook's taking his time. Now I think we're getting some clarification. Getting clarification on the 2-2 count. That's what it is. Cook delivers. Number 6. Sorry, don't have his name. Grounds it to the shortstop over there.
Batting, number 17, Hunter Roberts.
Shortstop, number 25, I believe that's Fisher. He gets an error on that one. Should have had that one. Could have had at least 1 out, but instead we have 2 runners on. he was not able to field it cleanly. So we have Montgomery at second, number 6, again, sorry, don't have his name, on at first base, and we have Hunter Roberts up to bat against the left-handed pitching Cook. And Roberts fouls it into the netting just above us. That might have been scary. 0-1 the count. Garrettson Cook is the pitcher for the Liberators, a lefty. He is a senior. Liberators are 10-7 on the season. Zizzers 9-10. Cook delivers, and that's going to be, they call it outside. So 1-1 count. 1 out. Cook really should be out of the inning, but due to an error by the shortstop, he's still here. Roberts swings. That's a bomb. And that's a 3-run home run by Hunter Roberts. 3-run homer for Hunter Roberts makes it 3-0 Zizzers here in the bottom of the third. That ball got out of here. So Roberts is doing his part on the mound as the pitcher and his part as the 3-hole hitter with a 3-run home run. Now we have Zeke Cunningham, the first baseman, up to bat, facing Cook. And that's in for a strike. Couple of runs maybe unearned for Cook. Swing and a miss by Cunningham. Don't know if they'll give him at least one of those earned runs or if all 3 of them will be unearned, but error helped that cause there. Pitch bounces in front of the plate, so now it's 2-2. If the board is correct, 1-2. 1-2 is the count. Cook delivers. High. 2-2 is now the count. And we still only have 1 out here in the bottom of the third. After a 3-run homer brings the scoreless game. Cunningham swings, and that's going to be a single as they got past the diving third baseman. So Cunningham's got himself a single here in the bottom of the third, keeping this inning alive. And we have Tuma up to bat, who struck out looking in the second inning to lead off. Kind of got a feel here for Cook. Could have been out of the inning, but that's not going to be the case. Cunningham, the runner at first. Tuma up to bat. Ball bounces. So that'll be at 1-0 for the count on Tuma. Foul over to me in front of the net. So 1-1. On Tuma. Getting some more baseballs over to the home plate umpire. Ready to go again. Strike in there. So 1-2 the count with a 1 out still on Tuma. Outside, evens up the count at 2-2. We've got Cunningham at first after a single and after the 3-run homer by Hunter Roberts. Cook's ready to deliver. And that's going to be foul. And a really good play by Sawyers over there at first base. There's a foul over near the netting. He was right up against the netting over there in foul territory, and he was able to catch it. So that's going to be a stop up to the first baseman. That brings in Hoyt Weisbrod with Zeke Cunningham over at first base. 2 outs in this bottom of the 3rd inning. Ball 1 as it's high from Cook. And again, these 3 runs are probably unearned. At least 2 of them are on Cook in this inning after an error by the shortstop. Weisbrod swings, grounds it to the 3rd baseman, who goes over to the 2nd baseman. Bounced it over there, but 2nd baseman holds on to it. That's going to be a G5. And that brings us to the top of the 4th inning when the Liberators are up to bat. It'll be a 3-0 deficit for them. We'll be back in 1 minute on KWPM 105.1 and 1450 for Zizzer Baseball.
News Radio KWPM with a weather update.
WH in the Weather Center. You can update the forecast and all kinds of information available free online at ozarkradionews.com. The outlook for tonight, slight chance of rain with 60 tomorrow, way better chance of rain, 70% with a high 79. But the weekend looks good, mostly cloudy Saturday and Sunday with highs at 71.
Ozarks Healthcare Orthopedic Spine and Podiatry, here for every Ozark athlete with a team of 7 expert providers on call 24/7. When injuries happen, we're ready to get you back in the game. Trust the team that never backs down. Visit ozarkshealthcare.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pyatt, and I'm proud to be the Zizzers team physician. As a parent, I know how important it is to feel confident in your child's safety. That's why we're out there watching every play, every move to ensure your loved one is safe on the field. Your athlete's health is our top priority.
West Plains Zizzer Baseball action continues on News Radio KWPM West Plains, Missouri.
We're back here at Zizzer Field with the Liberators trailing now the Zizzers after a 3-run home run by Hunter Roberts in the bottom of the 3rd. After an error by the shortstop, created 2 men on for him. The pitcher, Garrettson Cook, is up to bat. He's a lefty for the Liberators. He's the 3rd hole hitter and fouls the first pitch off over behind at first base. Hunter Roberts is switching in between a normal, what you would call a normal delivery overhand, and a sidearm. That's got to be confusing for the batters. Another foul off behind us. So 0-2 the count quickly on Cook here in the top of the 4th inning. High delivery there for Roberts makes it 1-2. And that's a pop up. We'll see who's going to catch it. And Montgomery gets it over in a short left field for the Zizzers. That's going to be a F6. Carr, the catcher for the Liberators, is up to bat. Number 11, big catcher. I don't have his height or his weight, but he's probably 6'3", 6'4". Big kid. That's why he's the number 4 hitter, and he pops it up on the first pitch out. Well, not pops it up, flies out to Tuma in center field.
Number 25,
so quick work for Roberts. I believe he's thrown 4 or 5 pitches here in the top of the 4th, and he already has 2 outs. And we have Fisher, right-handed batting shortstop, batting number 5 for the Liberators. So he's probably hoping to make up for the error that he had in the bottom of the 3rd as he helped the Zizzers get that 3-run home run as he caused an error that allowed Hunter Roberts to bat with 2 people on. First pitch bounces in front of the plate, so it's 1-0. Pitch is in there. Fisher doesn't like it. He's been shaking his head out a couple of pitches. 1-1 is the count. Roberts delivers. Another strike in there. 1-2 with 2 out here in the top of the 4th. And not sure of the weather, but it is starting to cloud up here. Oh, that was good from here, but it's going to even up the count at 2-2. Fisher, the shortstop, waiting on the delivery from Roberts. Robert has the pitch he wants. And swing and a miss by Fisher. That'll take us to the bottom of the 4th inning. And we'll be back in 1 minute on KWPM 1450 and 105.1 for Zizzer Baseball.
If you own one truck to a fleet of trucks, TLG Peterbilt understands that when you have one broke down, it's more than lost time. Here at TLG Peterbilt, uptime all the time means we have the right parts for all models of trucks and trailers to get your truck back on the road and your drivers home for the game. Hey, this is Damon with TLG Peterbilt in Willow Springs. We proudly support our West Plains Zizzers. Visit us at tlgtrucks.com or on Highway 60 in Willow Springs.
From your first paycheck to your first home, starting your own business or celebrating your retirement, we're here for all of life's important moments. At Simmons Bank, our modern banking solutions make managing your finances effortless and efficient, so you can focus on what matters most. Simmons Bank, proud supporter of the moments that matter. SimmonsBank.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all accounts subject to approval.
West Plains Zizzer Baseball action continues on News Radio KWPM West Plains, Missouri.
Back here at Zizzer Field for Zizzer Baseball. Zizzers have the lead of 3-0 after a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 3rd. Zizzers have, by my count, 3 hits actually. 3 hits, with 1 being the 3-run home run. There are no errors on the Zizzers to speak of so far, and there's 2 errors on the Liberators. The Liberators they don't have a hit yet. Actually, yes, they do. They have 1 hit. Liberators have 1 hit. All their other runners on base have been a walk. Josiah Long to lead off the inning. He fouls the first pitch off, and that'll be a 0-1 count for him, and he's playing left field today. Cook delivers once again. Long makes contact, flies it out, and hopefully there's no contact. Right fielder calls off shortstop or second baseman Banner. So number 18 calls off Banner, number 2, and Josiah Long flies out to the right fielder. That brings Avery Miller up to bat for Ethan Miller up to bat for the Zizzers. Cook delivers, and that's a strike. A good-looking strike. 0-1 the count with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Miller swings, grounds it to the shortstop, who makes a good, strong throw over to the first baseman for the 2nd out. And that brings in Dominic Hale for his 2nd at-bat. Hale struck out swinging, and then reached on base with an error in the bottom of the 3rd. Cook delivers, and Hale fouls it off down the third base line. 0-1 is the count. No balls, 1 strike. Cook fires. That's a strike in there. 0-2 the count with 2 out here. Bottom of the 4th. Bit of a quick pitch there by Cook, and that's going to be a strikeout. Swinging for Hale. So we'll go to the top of the 5th, which will bring us starting off with the left fielder Mortensen. We'll be back in 1 minute on KWPM 105.1 and 1450 for Zizzer Baseball.
It's time to start planning for a vacation. Wilbanks Tire reminds you to check your tires before you hit the road. Wilbanks Tire in West Plains is the tire guy that can get you back on the road with new tread and a price you can afford. Plus, once you buy a set of tires from Wilbanks Tire, you can come in anytime for a free tire rotation for the life of your tires. So once you're a customer of Wilbanks Tire, you will always be a customer of Wilbanks Tire. Located at 201 West 2nd Street in West Plains.
If you happen to be in an accident, keep this in mind. You have a choice in who tows your vehicle, so make the right choice and call 256-7628 for J&J Recovery and Towing of West Plains. They answer the calls 24/7. They will get to you fast and take your vehicle to the destination of your choosing. So if you're in a wreck, breakdown, or whatever reason you might need a tow, make the right choice and call J&J Recovery and Towing 256-7628.
West Plains Zizzer baseball action continues on News Radio KWPM West Plains, Missouri.
And welcome to the top of the 5th inning here at Zizzer Field. Zizzers have a 3-0 lead over the visiting Bolivar Liberators. And we're going to have at number 12, Caden Mortensen, I believe, Evan Mortensen, up to bat. He's a left-handed batter for Bolivar. He's playing left field today, and he reached in the 2nd inning on a walk. First pitch from Roberts is a grounder to the third baseman Jones. He fires it over to Cunningham over at first. 1 pitch, 1 out in the top of the 5th for Hunter Roberts is a ground out to the third baseman. We have Calvin Hensley batting for the Liberators now. He's the third baseman, batting 7th. Roberts has been on the mound the entire game for the Zizzers. There's a strike in there. 0-1 is the count for the 1 out. And he's also the one that provided the 3-run homer for the Zizzers to give them the 3-0 lead. Fouled off there by Hensley makes it an 0-2 count here in the top of the 5th. Again, I don't have the information of pitch counts. Roberts is probably somewhere in the 40-50 range. It's a bit high, so ball 1. 1-2 is the count. And Hensley's ready. Roberts is ready. And he sends that out to right field, and I believe it is foul. So made good contact, just couldn't keep it in the field of play. Keeps the count at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Calvin Hensley, the batter. Hunter Roberts, the pitcher. Point Weisbrod, catcher. Sidearm pitch by Roberts goes to the backstop, evens up the count at 2-2. Mortensen, or no, that's Rainey, does a solid and goes and gets the ball that bounces to the backstop. Roberts delivers again. And that's strikeout looking. Backwards K. On to Hensley. By my count, that is the 5th strikeout for Roberts. Roberts has 5 strikeouts. By my count, 2 walks, and has given up 1 hit. Cade Rainey, left-handed batter, in the box, batting 8th for the Liberators. Roberts delivers, swing and a miss. 0-1 is the count with 2 outs. Double checking all my stats. 5 strikeouts. Foul ball down the third base line. Zizzer dugout tried to get it, but could not. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit. And Zizzers have played clean defense so far. 0-2 is the count on Rainey, left-handed batting at right fielder. That's going to be low. Even up the count. Or, no, 1 ball now. So it's 1-2. And he swings, grounds it to Ethan Miller over there at second base. He throws it over to Cunningham for a G4 ground out to the second baseman. So that brings us to the end of the fifth inning, or end of the top of the fifth anyway, if I can get my thoughts straight. We'll be back for the bottom of the fifth in 1 minute on KWPM 1450 and 105.1.
Now's the time to buy an L-Series Kubota tractor from your family-owned Kubota dealer, Edgeler & Harper Farm Equipment in Mountain Grove and West Plains. Kubota L-Series tractors provide high performance, outstanding durability. Get the L2502 package with 0 down, 0 APR for up to 60 months, now through 6/30/25. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for details.
Remember, we are names you can trust. Edgeler & Harper Farm Equipment and Kubota.
From sun up to sundown, the Chevy Silverado always shows up ready to work, hauling, towing, and tackling the tough jobs day after day and year after year. Built to go the extra mile. If you're looking for a truck that won't back down, your Silverado is waiting at Bailey Chevrolet GMC. Together, let's drive Bailey Chevrolet.
This is John Bailey inviting you to find your Silverado today in beautiful downtown Willow Springs.
West Plains Zizzer baseball action continues on News Radio KWPM West Plains, Missouri.
Landon Montgomery to lead off the bottom of the fifth inning. Cook has 5 strikeouts for the Liberators on the mound. He's allowed 3 hits, one of them being a home run, 3-run homer by Hunter Roberts. And the Liberators have 2 errors by my count. First pitch is a ball to Landon Montgomery for the bottom of the fifth inning. Swing and a miss makes it 1-1 count. Montgomery has grounded out to the first baseman, or to the pitcher, actually. Second, that's going to be ball 2. 1-2 is the count, and he grounded out to the third baseman, but it was a fielder's choice, so he stayed on base in the third inning, when was one of the 3 runs that scored in that inning. Cook delivers, bounces it in front of the plate. That was probably, not even a 55-foot pitch there. Brings it to 2-2. Nobody out as Montgomery is the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Cook doing a little bit of a quick pitch once again. Makes it a full count, 3-2 to the hitter Montgomery. And it's ball 4. So Montgomery leads off the bottom of the fifth inning with a walk, and that is the first walk for the Zizzers, and the first one given up by Cook. And number 6, once again, is up to bat, and I still didn't get his name. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. 0-1 is the count. Second pitch is high. 1-1. Catcher keeping an eye on Montgomery over there at first after the walk. I was in there. Thought it might be a bit low, but it's a strike. 1-2. The count on number 6. Cook throws over to keep Montgomery honest. And that's about all he did there. 1-2 the count. Cook readies. And ball bounces, but Montgomery's not going. Evens the count at 2-2. On number 6, and I apologize. I do not have his name, and I've not caught it at any of the times it's been announced. That's high once again. So from being 1-2, it's now 3-2 with a runner on first and nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. Cook delivers, and it's a foul. Umpire called that quickly, even though it ended up out in front of home plate. So we still have a full count with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. Full counted on number 6. Again, I don't have his name, so I apologize. Cook readies for the Liberators. And Montgomery's going, but it's low in ball 4. So now 2 walks to lead off this bottom of the 5th inning. And we are going to have a pitching change, I believe. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KWPM 1450 and 105.1.
If you have 10 minutes and online access, you're ready to open a new checking or savings account with West Plains Bank and Trust Company. Already a customer? Just log into digital banking and click Add an Account, making the switch to West Plains Bank and Trust Company. Welcome. Simply visit westplainsbank.com and click Open Account. 24/7 convenience, FDIC insured, free debit card and e-statements. It's simple and convenient to open your account online with West Plains Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
West Plains Zizzer baseball action continues on News Radio KWPM West Plains, Missouri.
All right. After the mound visit, we don't have a pitching change. Garrettson Cook is still the pitcher for the Liberators after 2 walks to begin the bottom of the 5th inning. We have Hunter Roberts in a similar situation where you're going to have another 3-run home run. First pitch is low, ball 1. Cook readies. Low, ball 2. These first 2 walks here in the bottom of the 5th are the first 2 for Cook all day. Fires it up, and Roberts fouls it off behind us. Not sure where it went. But that's the first strike. 2-1 is the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Montgomery's on second. Number 6 is on first. Hunter Roberts is the batter. Oh, they got a curveball there, and it's a bit high. 3-1 is the count. Cook readies. That's a strike in there, makes it a full count. 3-2. And that's what it has been for every batter so far in this inning. Full count pitch. Hunter Roberts lines it down the third base line. And that's going to be a fielder's choice as the third baseman got a glove on it, kept it in the infield, kept bobbling it, but was able to dive and beat Montgomery to the bag. So that's 1 out. Gives us number 6 on second base and Hunter Roberts at first base with Zeke Cunningham up to bat. He has grounded out and singled. Grounded out in the bottom of the first, singled in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss for the first pitch here in the bottom of the 5th. Cook is trying to work out of 2 walks to begin the bottom of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss again by Cunningham. Makes it 0-2 count. Cook readies. Swing and a miss by Cunningham. So from 2 on, nobody out, we go to 2 on, 2 out.
Number 8.
And we have a pinch hitter now. It would have been Tuma. It is now Avery Miller. And I do have the right Miller this time, number 8. The other Miller is at number 00, and that's Ethan. Umpire making the lineup change. And Andrew Miller will see his first at-bat of the day. It's ball 1 for the first pitch that Avery Miller sees. Number 6 is on second. Hunter Roberts is on first for Avery Miller after a strikeout by Cunningham. Swing and a miss by Miller there. Makes it a 1-1 count. 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th after 2 walks to lead off the inning. That is a single out into right field. They're sending number 6. He's going to home. He's going to score. And right fielder got it in, but not good enough. And chaos. I'm gonna give Miller a double there and an error for the Liberators. The right fielder got it in. Nobody cut it off. So only one run was going to score. That was going to be number 6 with the ball coming in and nobody grabbing it. Roberts galloped on home, and Miller snuck into third and beat the third baseman over there. So now it's 5-0 after some chaos again in this inning, and another error on the ball for defense. Now we have Hoyt Weisbrod up to bat. He has struck out and grounded out to the third baseman. It is 5-0 after a double and an error. And Avery Miller is at bat. 0-2 is the count. Ball bounces. 1-2 is the count. Avery Miller is over at third base. So again, Miller doubled on the throw-in. Nobody cut it off, or they didn't do it very well. So number 6 scored for the Zizzers. That was a given. And Roberts scampered on home with nobody paying attention. That pitch is fouled off behind us. And with Roberts going home and nobody covering third, Miller scampered on over to third base and beat the third baseman over there. So he's on third with 2 out, and Hoyt Wise brought up. And that's going to be outside. So from 0-2, we're now 2-2 with 2 out. Cook has not gotten much help from his defense, but he also kind of got himself into the mess this inning with 2 leadoff walks. Weisbrod reaching, fouls that one off behind us. So we'll do it again. 2-2 is the count here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 out. The starter Cook is still on the mound. And we're ready to go after the foul ball. Cook delivers. Fouled back. So a nice battle brewing here between Weisbrod and Cook. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. In this inning, we've had a walk, filler choice, strikeout, double, and an error. Fouled off once again. 2-2, 2 out. 1 on, he's at third base. Weisbrod is the number 6 hitter. He's also the catcher. Swing and a miss. That will end the bottom of the 5th inning. So to lead off the 6th, it'll be Banner for the Liberators, and we'll be back in 1 minute for the top of the 6th on KWPM 1450 and 105.1.
It's rock chip season. Okay, let's be honest. With the roads around here, it's always rock chip season. When you get a rock chip, go see Kevin at SMP Quality Auto Glass. He can fix your rock chip and keep it from spreading and making your windshield look more like a road map. If you need a whole new windshield put in because you waited too long, he does those too. SMP Quality Auto Glass, next to DQ in West Plains. Show us your crack.
News Radio, KWPM, with a weather update.
Possibility of rain is out there for today, tonight, certainly tomorrow. Double H in the Weather Center with an update calling for a low temperature tonight, dropping back to 60. And then for tomorrow, we'll have a high at 79 with a 70% chance of rain. There is a slight chance of rain for tonight, but the weekend looks dry, 71 and mostly cloudy, both Saturday and Sunday.
West Plains Zizzer baseball action continues on News Radio KWPM West Plains, Missouri.
Here we are in the top of the sixth inning. Most of the Zizzer runs have come because of errors on the Liberators. Had errors in both innings that they've scored. We're at 5-0 here in the top of the sixth with a Zizzer lead. The next Zizzer game and broadcast will actually be tomorrow. It's a makeup game. Springfield Catholic will be here in town. The game that was supposed to be, I believe, back on April 7th, but it was postponed due to rain. Bolivar will be back in action, I believe, on the 28th, and they will be at Warsaw. The Zizzers have Catholic tomorrow, and then we'll have Branson next week at Branson. Is the Zizzer schedule. Hunter Roberts fires it in for the first pitch of the top of the sixth to Chapel Banner, who is flied out to the right fielder, and that's his only at-bat today. First two are not in the zone, so 2-0 is the count to Chapel Banner, the right-handed batting second baseman. Banner grounds it over to the shortstop. Montgomery fires it over and beats the runner. So that'll be a ground out to the shortstop. Good play there by Montgomery. We have one out here in the top of the sixth. And that brings in Remington Manus, the center fielder, in for the Liberators. He has struck out, singled, and stolen a base today. Sidearm delivery from Roberts, and it's fouled off right at the catcher. Won the count with one out here. Ball bounced in front of the plate, so 1-1 is the count. Roberts readies again. And that's fouled off behind us. 1-2 is the count now with one out here in the top of the sixth. The Zizzers have a 5-0 lead. A flailing swing there. Gets the chopper over to Roberts on the mound. He fields it cleanly and fires over to Cunningham. So that'll be a 1-3 put out. And the second out of the top of the sixth inning. Sawyers in to bat, and that's Brent Sawyers for the Liberators. He has grounded out to Roberts and struck out. First pitch is a strike. Swings and flies it out to left field. Josiah Long got a little turned around there for a second. Didn't know if he's going to be able to find it again, but he does. So that'll go out to F7 for a fly out to the left fielder. We'll be back in 1 minute on KWPM 1450 and 105.1 for the bottom of the sixth inning.
Hirsch Feed and Farm Supply, we have it all for you.
Hi, this is Sue. It's time to head to Hirsch's Greenhouse and get your garden growing. Check out our knockout roses. Garden seeds are in and we're adding more daily. We have cucumbers, lettuce, radish, squash, corn, green beans, potatoes, onions, and more. There's nothing better than homegrown garden vegetables to add to your dinner table all year long. Stop in and see us today.
From your first paycheck to your first home, starting your own business or celebrating your retirement, we're here for all of life's important moments. At Simmons Bank, our modern banking solutions make managing your finances effortless and efficient, so you can focus on what matters most. Simmons Bank, proud supporter of the moments that matter. SimmonsBank.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all accounts subject to approval.
West Plains Zizzer baseball action continues on News Radio KWPM West Plains, Missouri.
Welcome back to Zizzer Baseball. We have Dylan Groves back in the studio, Drew Joyce over on the video, and I am Curtis Blue bringing you the play-by-play. We're going to have some changes for both teams, it looks like. Fisher for the Liberators is the new pitcher. He's a righty. He was the shortstop. Looks like Cook has moved over from pitcher to first base. Then the first baseman went to left field. Second baseman went to shortstop. And I'm not sure who is in at second now for the Liberators.
Number 25, Ian Fisher.
And
number 18, Brett Walker.
We have a new hitter. Instead of being Long, it'll be number 18, Brett Walker, for the Zizzers. Trying to keep track of all the changes for the Liberators as well. Looks like number 20 is the new second baseman, Blaine Chastain. First pitch by Fisher on the afternoon is outside. So ball one to Walker for his first at-bat of the day. Strike one. 1-1 the count. Hello. Ball 2-2-1 is the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. 5-0 is the Zizzer lead with 3 runs in the bottom of the third and 2 in the bottom of the fifth. Swing and a miss there by Walker makes it 2-2 on the count. Fouled off. Straight back. And old Ethan Miller's going to do us a solid and get the ball so we can keep playing. Fisher fires it in. And going to have to give the catcher a second, I think. 2-2 is the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. Host of changes for the Liberators. I'm sure there'll be some for the Zizzers as well as we head into the top of the seventh after this inning. Walker fouls it off once again. And I think it was pretty close to being a bit dangerous there. Fisher into his windup. And they're going to call it a strikeout as a check swing. Walker's going to strike out swinging. So Walker has his first strikeout in his at-bat. We're going to keep Ethan Miller in the game. He's getting another at-bat here in the bottom of the sixth. That's strike one. 1 out here in the bottom of the sixth. Swing and a miss. Fisher's ready to go once again. He's working quickly. And Miller pops it up to the second baseman. That's his first play in the game. He's actually not 20, it's number 28, Gannon Young for the Liberators.
Number 3, Ian Holloway.
And instead of Hale batting, it's going to be number 3 for the Zizzers, Keenan Holloway. Waiting on Holloway to get into the box. Fisher's ready. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Ball bounces in front of the plate. So ball 1.
Good job. Go.
Holloway's a junior, 6 foot. Strike there. He thought it might have been a bit inside. 1-1 is the count. Swings and fouls it off behind home plate. 1-2 is the count. This is Fisher's first inning of work, as Cook have pitched the other 5 innings. Batter calls time. Fisher's ready to go already, waiting on Holloway to get ready. And swing and a miss. So clean bottom of the 6th for Fisher pitching, 2 strikeouts and a pop out to the second baseman. We're going to the top of the 7th. We'll be back in 1 minute on KWPM 1450 and 105.1.
105.1 and 1450 News Radio, KWPM, West Plains, Missouri.
Stuart Morrison Ready Mix has been serving the Ozarks for over 3 decades. Think about that. And takes great pride in producing quality concrete, offering competitive prices. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix is ready to help you with all your residential, commercial, or agriculture concrete and rock needs. Give them a call today, 256-8171. Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, where you get concrete results every time.
If your doctor prescribes oxygen therapy for you or a family member, Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment is your go-to provider for reliable oxygen services. They have multiple options for patients needing oxygen. Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment has been providing oxygen to patients for over 40 years and has a trained staff to take care of you. Respiratory services are their expertise. Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment cares. It's in their name.
West Plains Zizzer baseball action continues on News Radio KWPM West Plains, Missouri.
We're in the top of the 7th inning. 5-0 is the Zizzer lead. And we are going to have
number 23,
Garrettson Cook to bat. He was the pitcher, starting pitcher, then played first base. No changes in the field for the Zizzers. Robert's still on the mound as well. First pitch is fouled back. 0-1 is the count. Cook has flied out to right field and to the shortstop in short left field. Hits that one. It's playable by Jones, and he makes the play in foul territory down the third base line.
Number 11, Rimmer Carr.
Number 11, catcher Rimmer Carr up for the Bolivar Liberators. He has struck out and flied out to center field. Roberts readies and hits him right in the side. And being a catcher, that's probably the worst thing that can happen because you're already getting beat up enough out there.
All right, Robert.
Roberts has pitched a pretty clean game besides that. He has 2 walks. They were in the second inning, but he has 5, 6 strikeouts, I believe, and that's the 1 hit by pitch. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Roberts is trying to get some clarification on some stuff. They brought in a runner for Carr, courtesy runner. That's number 21. Knox Wahoy. I probably butchered that name. W-O-L-H-O-Y. Wahoy. Fisher, who pitched for Cook in the bottom of the 6th, is up to bat. He's walked, caught stealing, struck out today. Roberts checks the runner over at first. Ball bounces out of Cunningham's glove, so he's safe. Counts 1-0. So 1 ball, no strike, 1 out here in the top of the 7th with Fisher up to bat, the number 5 hitter. Outside for ball 2. Roberts ready. It's fouled over here. Almost hit the Mortensen in the on-deck circle. So 2-1 is now the count with 1 out. Roberts ready's out of the stretch. And that's a strike in there. 2-2 is the count, 1 out. 5-0 the Zizzer lead here in the top of the 7th. Wahoy gets checked over there at first by Roberts as the courtesy runner for the catcher Carr. Fisher, the batter. He hits that one. And Josiah Long made quite the catch. I think he had a bit of a misread there. Then figured it out, lost his hat, dove to catch it, made the catch, got back up, and had a chance to double off the runner at first. And it was very close. I had my vision blocked, but it was very close. I think he just dodged the tag from Cunningham just barely. So we still have a runner on first. Courtesy runner for Carr, who was hit by pitch. Now we have number 12, Mortensen, batting. We're evidently having another line-up change. There's a pause in play. The umpire's writing something down. Not sure what he's writing down, but we'll see. Roberts is talking to the other umpire. And looks like we're ready to go. Roberts having a jovial conversation with the umpire over there. Pretty good umpiring crew today, I'd say. Roberts with the sidearm delivery. Inside, ball 1. Got 2 outs here in the top of the 7th with a 5-0 lead. Mortensen's the batter. He has walked and grounded out to the third baseman's bay. He swings, flies that one out to left field, and Long catches that. So fly out to the left fielder. And that will do it for the game today. Final of 7 innings. Zizzers win this one at 5-0 behind Hunter Roberts, who pitched all 7 innings with, let's count them up, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch. He's also the one that broke the scoreless tie, or scoreless game. Don't want to say scoreless tie, that's redundant. Scoreless game in the bottom of the 3rd inning with a 3-run home run after some errors by the Liberators. Cook will take the loss, even though they're mostly unearned runs. And he pitched a pretty good game as well. Had 5 strikeouts, I believe. Couple walks, 3 walks. He hit a couple batters as well. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow afternoon with the Zizzers facing the Springfield Catholic Fighting Irish right here at Zizzers Field. You can catch the game here on KWPM 1450 105.1, and we'll be. Don't know if it'll be live streamed or not, but you can catch the game here on KWPM 1450 105.1. So thanks to Dylan back in the studio, Drew on the video. I'm Curtis Blue signing out, and have a good night from Zizzers Field.
West Plains Zizzer Baseball on AM 1450 and 105.1 FM News Radio KWPM. Brought to you by Wilbanks Tire, West Plains Bank and Trust Company, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet Buick and GMC, Stuart Morrison Ready Mix, SMP Quality Auto Glass, State Farm Insurance Agent Justin Shelby, Simmons Bank, TLG Peterbilt, Ozarks Healthcare, and Ozarks Healthcare Medical Equipment, Lynch Equipment Company, Ozarks Hills Realty Agent